Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for one final time to the Polyphony Trophy. Today we are at the good old Fuji Speedway, a track that has given us awesome racing on previous season. So let's see if, despite being on different cars, we can replicate something similar. But first of all, let's check the standings. As on first place, we have Jay Witchell with 480 points. On his way to become champion once again. Let's see if he can do it. Remember, he's the last pole sitter at Fuji with the fucking chungus. So let's see if he can do a qualifying session as good as that one. He has 480 points, so he only needs to do a good couple of races to basically be champion. So let's see if he pulls it off. He should be able to. On next place, but not that far behind, Will Sutters with 442 points. Let's see, he pretty much needs a miracle to become champion, but hey, you never know. So let's see whether he has to offer on this week. On third place, Luke Clarke, the Chungus Slayer, with 370 points. That Trial Mountain round allowed him to get ahead of Chase Easton and Adam Hans. So let's see if he can do something similar for what he did on Trial Mountain. On next place, if this is correct, which should be... Where the fuck? Oh, he isn't here. Next place in theory, Chase Easton, but he was having steering wheel problems. My man took his wallet for a ride and bought a fucking fun attack, I think. So he couldn't even attempt the qualifying session. He has 358 points, so let's see if he can finish this championship ahead of Luke Clarke. And on next place, really close to Chase Easton, the other Team Spirit member, Adam the Handsome, with 353 points. Let's see who Team Spirit car is gonna finish on top of each other. On next place, us. To be fair, the Trial Mountain round was not gonna benefit us, and we could only do one race because we were busy. Luckily, we could attend today to every single race, even qualifying session. We have 289 points. I almost say 99, my bad. And on a special livery based on a real life livery that the Longus had on Super GT. So let's see what Fuji has to offer to us. On next place, Cameron Helium with 234 points. Let's see if that Lexus, sadly isn't double mediums, so let's see if that Lexus allows him to basically cut gap from us and actually be a menace to our... What position am I? 6th place. Let's see if that can be a menace. On next place, the Moose Goldnor, also known as Harris, with 201 points. Let's see if he can cut that gap against Cameron Hill. On next place, our returning one, Batterby, with 146 points. Remember, he did not make the whole season, so that's why he's in this position. He came from winning on FBR with his trusty Toyota Supra, so let's see if he can do something similar. On next place, Dominic Kubinski could not attend today with 138 points. On next place, the other Project 1 driver, Tom Holland, the Pineapple Juice, with 127 points, could not attend today because of work issues. Well, not work issues, his schedule got changed, so he just couldn't attend. On next place, Janet, with 116 points, could not attend. And on next place, the Super Driver, let me see him, there he is, with 104 points. And on next place, none of these people could attend. Callum Snell with 67 points, Mr. Bishop, known as Chad, with 49, and last but not least, Sir Ducky with 39. Now that the standings are completed, it's time to do the qualifying comparison once again. It's time for one of my favorite moments of making these videos, actually doing lap comparisons, as we see once again the HR gang working together and Will Sutters working actually with Adam Hans. So here we go, here we have them both. Sorry that Will Sutters' screen looks like this. I think I can fix it in post-production, but I'll do my best. They go into turn 1, really equalized, both of them getting helped. They both nailed this exit. Will seems to have used a little bit more the spaces. I'm not sure who's ahead actually. There is 4-0. Normal that I don't know is 0-0-22. They're pretty much exactly the same. As they're going down to this non-right turn, that is definitely going to be key in case of the GT500s overtaking GT1s. They go now into this corner as we see Jake Whittle destroy the track limits. You don't get a penalty for doing that. Don't hate the player, hate the game. And I think maybe just because of that, Whittle is going to be able to get a little bit of a better exit, getting the upper hand on Will Sutters. He has gained the lead, defeating Will Sutters on this sector alone with 185 milliseconds. The actual difference is 163 milliseconds. Let's see now Will can come back. He actually seems to do that right turn better than Jake. At least hitting the apex better. Once again, Will hitting the apex better than Jake, but Jake actually abusing more the exits. He seems to be more aware of Will in terms of where the penalties are. Yeah, once again, Jake actually abusing every single space that he can, that he knows that he isn't gonna get a pen. I think that exit that he got, abusing the track limits, is gonna be key, because he's actually gonna get pole position by 369 milliseconds. That's quite a difference, not gonna lie. And 206 milliseconds only on that final sector. So anyway, boys, I'll leave you with the Whitwell. What a performance from Jake Whittle once again. With that dominant performance from Jake Whittle, it's time to do the grid walk and check how the others did. And as we saw in first place, we have Jake Whittle, willing to seal another title in his favor. He's on double mediums, so let's see how he plays with that. On second place, his main rival Will Sutters, finally having a good qualifying. I think he's been struggling on qualifying sessions, not being able to get a good lap. So let's see what he can do. He's not on double medium, so he has an ace up his sleeve. Let's see how he can pull this off. On third place, a surprise Cameron Hale. Let's see with those double mediums what he can accomplish. On next place, Adam the Handsome, ahead of his teammate. Oh yeah, his teammate didn't make qualifying. Ah, okay. My bad. Let's see what he can do. He's now on double mediums. He has no drawbacks basically. So let's see what he can do on Fuji. And let's see if he can finally get rid of that curse of losing a win on Fuji literally at the end. You'll see it later on Go to Racing 3 what I'm talking about. On next place, the Super Driver, a good qualifying session for him. Let's see if what he said that he likes Fuji becomes a reality and can be a menace to the win. On next place, the Governor, the Moose. Let's see what he can do. And on next place, Butterbig. I don't think he had a good qualifying session, so let's see if he can turn this around on the race. Next place for Luke Clark is someone that definitely couldn't get a good lap. So, as I say, qualifying is one thing, race is other, so let's see what he can do. On next place, a new contender, not new on GTRC, but new on the Polyphony trophy. Giraffe, also known as Aston Lewis. Let's see what he can do on another Lexus. On 10th place, giving a send-off to the Longus and the Chungus dynasty, us. So let's see what we can do. We're not on double medium, sorry. We are using medium tires in this race, so let's see how we place this out though. And on last place, but definitely not least, Jay Easton, also known as Captain Chops. Let's see what he can do. He's not on double mediums, he's not on anything weird. So let's see what those new sets of pedals on wheel can do for him. Without further ado, let's do this. I think it's fair to say that we have been having awesome races so far in this season. So let's try and make it one final time. And it's lights out and let's do this. I'll take Whittle immediately. Defends the inside against Will Sutters, knowing that he's on soft tires with the tire advantage. He fends up that lead nicely. Oh my god, but we actually missed the fucking braking and almost killed Will. But luckily that ended up for him as good as he can get, basically. Let's see Adam the Handsome's point of view of that start, because that was wild. Let's see if he can prove that one of those GTRs have good starts, as he clearly doesn't seem to prove that. Because Goldner is actually proving that. Let's see how Adam accomplishes. Oh, he just avoids the McLaren missile going for him and actually gains like 50 million places. So maybe actually having that bad start wasn't bad for him. So let's see now what the missile has done. This has to be one of my good old murdering attempts. Medium tires actually forgetting that my car is shit on brakes. Well, not shit, but compared to those it is. Oh yes, oh yes! I mean, clearly Honor turned it on me, what are you talking about? Nah, I take full responsibility on this. I really hope that I didn't murder anyone. What happened to Cameron, man? Let me see Cameron. There we go. Let's see what happened to Cameron Hill, because he was third and suddenly dead. Let's see, the longest missile comes. Ah, he actually missed the... Yeah, but he couldn't get back on track. Let's see the Chungus Slayer star, because I think he just basically avoided my murder attempt. Yeah, here, Longus. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. I think we're gonna have a good view of this. Yes! Well, I mean, I technically didn't murder anyone. Obviously, my move is outrageous, but... I mean, I clearly did look lucky, and Adam Hansen, also Will Saros, the favorites live. Anyways, they're going into this corner as Vanderbeek gets killed! Let's see that, let's see that. Nice trick shot from Vanderbeek, though. Let's see his point of view. Let's see this, gets blocked by the Longus, and that block actually makes him lose speed, and sadly Chops is at the wrong moment at the wrong time. As we can expect from Chops, being a fair guy, waiting for Vanderbeek. He's on medium, so it may not be that big of a loss, but now I think every single chance he had of having a good race is gone. Definitely more for Chops, because he's wasting a set of softs. A set of softs. And once again, I cannot speak. What you gonna expect from me? My autism is not doing me any favors, once again. Let's go back in time. As Will Cyrus has the lead. But he doesn't seem to have a good corner now, as Adam the Handsome is proving. Let's see how Adam plays this out. He may have a good chance to redeem himself of every single time that he lost a race on Fuji, literally at the line. So yeah, Will Cyrus, awesome outside move from him. And once again, we have all three GT500 cars on a bunch, proving that the BLP, despite the tiny changes on the Lexus, it seems to be a good car, with its drawbacks, but still a good car. As Adam Hans tries to go for Will, respecting his spaces, little top from Will, as Luke Clarke takes advantage of the situation and gets the move on Jake using his tire advantage. As Jake actually lifts off because he knows he's gonna dive into a closing gap. Respecting his teammate, Adam Ham seems to be struggling on this final section. Let's see how Jake plays this out. Once again, not doing the move. It's not pretty much worth it, knowing that there's a huge straight coming up. As Will know this and actually goes immediately to the inside, trying to avoid the slipstream train, but now Adam actually tries and goes for it. Will doing the slide to the left and to the right. Lap 1 completed. Will Cyrus is losing time against Adam the Handsome because he's being helped by the... Oh my god, Jake! Oh! Dodge a bullet, and no! Jake is gone! Let's see his point of view of this, because he probably had a huge run. He's boosting his teammate, who is boosting Adam. Getting more, diminishing the gap from Will, and now he actually, yeah, target acquired. Jake's neuron activation, seeing Will Cyrus in front of him, activates as Will actually... Let me see Will's point of view, because I think he push looked, and that actually was the move. Well, yeah, to be fair, Will was there. No comments. Probably they already bullshitted a lot on the voice chat. As Super gets a penalty for breathing, apparently. As things looking good for the... I was gonna say probably one for the Team Spirit driver. Cannot say the same for his teammate. As Luke Clarke actually proving that his qualifying pace was not realistic, being with the big guns. Let's see how Will plays this out. He wasn't on second place for shits and giggles, but Adam was really close to him. As he fends the inside, Will actually tries to get a better exit. Let's see, he tries it now. He definitely has the run. He's there. Adam leaves him the space. Will also respects Adam. Oh, little tap, nothing to regret. He's actually gonna... Oh, he realized that he was going into a closing gap. Oh, to be fair, he's just waiting for the straight. I honestly would just wait for the straight. So we're playing the long game here. Well, not that long, they're already on the straight. Adam knows this. Adam has been in this situation for quite a couple of times. So let's see that NSX gaining and gaining and gaining. As he moves once again. But actually, I think Tricked will, on that final moment, stop moving. Or maybe not. Will actually wants to boost Adam. No, I'm not sure actually. He's going a bit all over the place. But Adam does not get scared of that. Oh, a little scary moment for Adam. Luckily, nothing to regret once again as the Chungus Slayer gets a penalty. Adam seems to be fending off nicely, man. Will had a couple of chances. I could not get the move. Nicely done from Adam. Okay, let's see if the send happens. If not, actually... Oh, yeah, of course. I expected nothing less from William Staterino. As now maybe look... Oh my god, a second penalty. What the fuck? He's probably gonna send it just to do the funny. Come on, Luke. I know you want to. No, he doesn't, to be fair. There's not much place to send it as these two keep fighting. Okay, nicely done from Adam. Also from Will. Sorry if I sound more calm. I kind of want to commentate this in a more calm manner. Even though it's probably not what you guys like, but I'm sorry. As we see super quietly being with this group. So let's see if we can see a team game now. As Adam is left alone because his teammate is nowhere near him. Let's see now. Will is probably not gonna move, but Luke actually does. This is 3 moments for Will as he has a nice view of Adam's ass. As Adam is definitely gonna defend, but Will actually doesn't care. Actually goes even below or more from the white line. Breaks earlier than Adam. Maybe too early actually. This allows his teammate to actually get back on him. I think the move is gonna happen. He's just gonna help his teammate. Yeah, there we go. Okay, things have been stabilized, so let's look a bit at the back. Let's actually check how Super got into the mix. So here we're seeing on P6, as we see Jake Witchell trying to go for the move. But the one that definitely goes is Super into Honor. Honor sees it coming, leaves him the space, nicely done. Once again, leaving the space. Nice for the racing driver. Sadly, Super loses control of his NSX. And sadly, Honor is at the wrong place at the wrong time. And the one taking advantage of this is Aston Lewis. But the Lexus backstabs them. Let's see, is this a second gear moment? He has traction control and everything, man. So clear traction control proving... Oh my god, he actually was suffering already. Yeah, second gear full throttle moment on the Lexus. You cannot do that on the Lexus. It's just a death. Sadly, Aston Lewis doesn't have the experience. I didn't like the rejoin, but the rejoin on Chop's point of view. Well, I mean, it was aggressive, but luckily it left a gap to Chop some Batterbig to go through. So, I mean, he's already on last. I really hope he has a toe, but I don't think so. I mean, he has a bit, but also does Batterbig, so he's just gonna get away. And Batterbig got a better exit, so I think it's point set up match for Aston Lewis. Let's see if a mistake happens in front. Oh, to be fair, they're fighting. So maybe Aston Lewis is not out of this. Oh, yellow flag. I think this is because Witzel spin. Yeah, there he is. But there he is, pretty far ahead, but you can see the red murder machine. You see it, Chaps and Batterbig playing this out. Sorry for saying something. I thought they were just gonna help each other, but Chaps is having none of it. Apparently, let's see now, he gets a better run. Actually tries by the outside, but he cannot rotate the car enough. Batterbig leaving this place, as you can expect from him. Nice racing so far, I gotta say. No dodgy or weird moves. Even though I saw a couple of moves on the edge, but, you know, this racing, fuck off. As Batterbig fends the inside against Chops. Nicely done. Chops going around the outside, and beautiful move from Chops as he almost lost it. Because that tiny tap from Batterbig was, as I always say, wrong place at the wrong time. They go in this weird final section, but Chops goes wide. Too wide, actually. He's faster than Batterbig thanks to his tire advantage, but he's not being able to get away. Oh, Giraffe is struggling at the back. Once again, that Lexus is snapping on him. Really not comfortable. That's definitely game, set, and match for Giraffe, also known as Aston Lewis, as now Balderbig actually helps Chubbs. So I think I'm gonna look for another point of view because there's clearly an alliance going on here. As now Balderbig proves me wrong and actually goes for the inside. Once again, respecting spaces. Chubbs goes a bit wide and actually loses the rear. My man clearly struggling. He doesn't seem to have that much practice, to be honest. So, well, now that they actually seem a bit stabilized, even though Chubbs just probably gonna send it on the next corner. Or maybe he's actually just gonna do it now. Come on, Chubbs. I know you wanna. Come on, Chubbs. I mean, he's trying. Come on, Chubbs. Get that B6 noisy boy. With that air intake. Nice. As Balderbig fends the inside, doesn't trust Chubbs. He knows he's on the disadvantage in terms of tires. They're getting us despite everything. And now Balderbig seems to have done a gap. So now finally let's actually check for something else. As Cameron Hillian gets a pen. And Jake Witzel is making his comeback. He was really determined to do it, as I remember him saying, so let's see how the championship leader does this move. Well, to be fair, it's just Cameron Hillian getting a pen, so he's just gonna make the overtake. There he goes, gaining, and with the fastest lap, 1317 on mediums. There's smoke. Despite those double mediums, as I said before, 1317. That's a go to lap time on mediums, man. Look, for example, look, he's done a 32.6. And he's on softs. Well, I'm not sure if that lap is actually the one that counts because it's been fighting. So Witzel is not down and out, as you can expect from the championship leader. As now Luke trying to go for the moose. A little tap from Luke. Typical on this league, as Witzel gets a snap. Maybe that's too much and actually is gonna get a pen. Before that corner is really forgiving in terms of going wide. So maybe he doesn't get a pen. No, he doesn't. Good to see. As we see ahead, the 515 boys working together, trying to stop Adam the Handsome from breaking the curse. But we also see that Cameron Hale, once again, despite those mediums, he's still in the mix. Really proving that trial mountain win was no fluke. As Lexus is snapping once again, even though it's on softs, man. That thing is not a good car to drive on this track. I can tell you that. Now the HR gang working together. As we see 3 Lexus going against 1 GTR. And of course the Lexus Alliance is gonna happen, as Honor just cannot do anything. Let's see, he tries it on the braking zone as Jake Witzel is actually trying, but the one that goes too wide is actually Cameron Hill, giving a red rock to Jake Witzel to actually move ahead. Nice luck from Jake, but also nicely saw opportunity. He went from like 8th place to P4. No, I think it was P7. I don't know. Anyways, the comeback is happening. From the championship leader as now. Oh no! Oh no! Is it enough? It is enough. It is enough. Welcome to the Longoose Sound as the Longoose almost fucking dies. Oh god, I'm really going all over the place, to be honest. Let's see that again, because I think the Chungus Slayer is waiting for Cameron. Let's see that. Let's see the front bumper view. Let's see that, try to... Oh! Luke just got caught off guard. Nice seam, the fair play from Luke, as you can expect from him, to be honest. Let's see this as the... Longest moment on second. The Lexus is not the only car that snaps on you on second gear, full gas. As now Balderbig also tries to go for Cameron Halion, but I think he has dirty tires, so... He clearly has a disadvantage as Captain Chaps gets the move on us, and also Balderbig. And also Cameron Hale. Jesus. Let's go back in time once again. As Adam the Handsome has to fend up the Wheelerino Staterino that needs to win if he wants to have any championship chance. Because remember, he's a bit far away from Witzel, but not too far. Remember, there are 3 races on every round, so if he's consistently getting good results, he may be able to pull this off. But he needs a miracle to make Jake actually finish really further at the back, and that fastest lap from Jake Witchell on mediums is not looking like a good sign. T1 Adam does it by the outside. Will not being super aggressive, doing his good old flashing lights thingy, trying to distract the car ahead. As Adam Hans doing a 131.999. Adam seems to be really confident on this round, to be honest. Will is close, but doesn't seem to have enough edge over Adam to actually gain the place and run away. As I see the red murder machine of Jake Witchell going at it. Adam doesn't trust Will, actually blocks the inside, even though Will was a bit further back. Let's see now Will getting the upper hand on the exit. Actually tries to go for it, but Adam sees it coming. That's gonna compromise Will's line. As super quietly is with his popcorn enjoying this view, because if Will does the funny against Adam and knowing Adam's lag, it might happen. Although, oh god, Will's trying once again, going for Adam. This is a race, man, and Will is proving it. As Adam once again is actually fending off. Let's see how he plays this out on the straight. There's still plenty of laps left. Will doesn't seem to be that desperate on the move, to be honest. Now that there's a couple of bunch of laps left. The one that's not really bothering is also super, not even trying to go for the slip. As Will actually goes to the inside. Let's see, Adam has one eye on the radar. Will leaves just enough space, and Adam once again pens off the Willerino. But let's see in this section, because I think in this section Will seems to have an upper hand. Let's see, has to live. Will is really close. Remember, slipstream is on weak, just so that the rear is not that bad. As Will actually tries to go for it, but there's just not enough room to actually make the move, and actually backs out of it. But once again, he has the slip, so he can get enough extra momentum he needs to actually make the overtake on the twisty section. Let's see. I think it's too far ahead, too far behind. But Adam, I think, has gone deep. But he's luckily on the nice racing line, so he's gonna block Will once again. Now Will doesn't have the little upper run on this little straight, but it's all over Adam. So don't count the 515 driver out, as he actually tries once again. Adam is actually under huge pressure, but he's not actually giving up. As now Will does the move, but I think it's gonna be in the disadvantage because he doesn't have the slip. But Adam may be too close. Yeah, he's gonna gain, but maybe not as much. Let's see Super. That is actually on slip and has a really good chance. Come on, Super. He's building and building momentum, gaining and gaining meters. As the other 515 driver can actually get a top this season. Goes for it, but they both go too deep, and Will makes 2 cars on 1 move. Oh my god, no! It happened. It happened again. Let me see that. Let me see that again. It's happened again. It was going so nicely for Adam, having a good scrap with Will. Oh, you went full throttle in there, Adam. To be fair, it's Super's fault that the spin itself is actually yours, man. I'm sorry. But that spin is on you, man. I know Super forced you wide, but the one going full throttle was you, man. Anyways, you have more races and you have proven that you have pace, so don't give up, man. Let's go a bit back in time. As this is when, well, not that much back in time. This is now when Adam spins. As I saw that Chaps and Butterbeck are still going at it. There we see the yellow flag because of Adam's incident. Chaps actually cuts too much, and that actually is gonna allow Butterbeck to get the overrun on him. Let's see. He definitely has the upper hand, has the inside and a little bit of extra momentum. Chaps knows this, so he brakes earlier, tries to get a good old switch back. Let's see how his GTR plays this out on this section. Butterbeck doing nicely, but also Chaps once again tried to go around the outside, abusing the track limits. To be fair, with some Witchell going completely off here and not getting a pen. As now Butterbeck loses the place, but he's definitely not down and out. He's been proving, like Jake, that he has good pace on on those mediums, man. Not as good as Jake, but still. 1:32.6, that's a monster lap time, man. Considering that Jake Whittle is going on 32.4s. Not sure that 317 had to do with me actually bumping him on the finish straight. As Chops almost loses the car. Luckily recovers it. Let's see how the Butterbig plays this out. He has the slip, he has the straight. Let's see how he plays this out. He should be just send it, to be honest. There he goes. Actually goes around the outside. That actually kind of cuts Chops off guard. But actually makes the place. So well done for Butterbig. As Chops, I think... Oh, I actually thought he was going to hit him. But as I said, I think Butterbig has the upper hand despite him being on the worst tire. Yeah, Chops just takes a slip. And also this fight is allowing Cameron Hale that quietly is being with this mix. Once again, all 3 GT500 cars on the blink of an eye. As he does a 32.2. That's not a bad lap time considering the struggles that he's having on this Lexus. As Chops makes the move on Butterbig. Nicely done. But Butterbig is not down and out. I can guarantee you that much. Let's see if this penalty is enough to actually lose Chops. Cameron Hill is just on the slip of Butterbig. Let's see if this penalty is enough to lose Chops. As he's definitely gonna take the slip. Maybe he's gonna be on the edge. Depends on what Cameron and Butterbig do. But they're both going on a pretty similar pace. 1:32.5, 1:32.4. As yeah, it's not enough for Chops to lose them. As Adam Hans, I think, is the closest car for going to another one. As he almost clouds on her. Holy shit, that's send. The decision. The decision from the Team Spirit driver. As I think now he cut it too much, but the Chungus Slayer is going for it. Oh, Adam gets a penalty. Yeah, he definitely cut it too much. Ouch! That was close. Let's see now Luke can take advantage of this. But under blocks he has exit, so I don't think so. Adam has a chance of getting away, but that penalty is not gonna allow him. But let's see how much he can gain. Is the Moose gonna go for it? No, he isn't. He's actually more focused on Luke. Despite those sauce being worn, I don't think the mediums are getting the upper hand. See this final section where grip actually matters. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Adam's tires are gone. Adam's tires are gone. As we see, Chops holding on Butterbig as much as he can. Another thing just went deep. On this section I saw a little bit of like grass. Let me see that. I actually thought the 10-second thing it was gonna put me in a better scenario, but it clearly didn't. So let's watch that back. He just broken turn. I did understeer. I did that, man. I don't blame Honor. But maybe he's actually in the best scenario because he's also gonna have slips in front of the Chungus Slayer. So maybe this is not that bad of thing. As he's actually gonna boost Luke. And Luke with the slip. Let's see if they can actually pull away from Adam. Now Honor is definitely helping Luke. As behind, Butterbig and Chops are still going at it. Despite all that this race has thrown at them, they're not giving up. They're still going at it. Lap 12 out of 13. Let's see Butterbig and Chops. Going around the outside, nicely done from Chops. Also Butterbig leaving the spaces. The GTR is gaining, not much though. Now they go into this section, once again leaving the spaces. Proving that these both are great racers, these two drivers. Butterbig now goes for the inside, but now loses time on the outside. On the exit, I mean, sorry. But once again, they're still going at it! Fuji's proving to be an awesome track to do side-by-side moments. Despite all the changes this track has gone on. Oh, and actually Chops looks like he went to defend, but actually... It actually kind of made Butterbig doubt on the move. But it doesn't matter because Battery Big is still pulls it off. Now has the inside, has the best racing line. As I see a yellow flag. Let's see who it is. I think it's Super. Oh no, Chops is gone. Chops is gone. Luckily, he more or less saves it. But this is gonna allow Cameron and Helium to actually get a shot at this. Let's watch this straight now. Oh, Chops gets a pen. Oh, Cameron's got this on the back. Let's see the overtake because it's definitely gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna help Battery Big. Battery Big, sorry, I don't think it's gonna help Chops. He actually is! Okay, that was surprising actually. He's definitely helping him. Oh, Jake actually caught up to Super. Oh, they both got penalties. Jake actually tries to go for on the grass to actually make sure that he doesn't get that stopped. Not sure if that allows you to gain something, but he's the championship leader for a reason, so he may know a couple of tactics. As Jake actually goes for the move, thanks for having the slip. Super is having none of that. Maybe Witchell actually has the tire advantage because those softs are really warm. At least on Super's side. Let's see Will's. Yeah, there. Yeah, Will has a tire advantage, to be honest. Let's see that again because I was actually kind of fucked that up. Let's see Jake now trying to get the good exit. He does. But that NSX seems to have a good pull on like medium speeds. Because actually Jake had the better exit and getting the overrun, but then suddenly they were going equal. So maybe that NSX on like 200 kilometers onwards, it's actually like faster than the Lexus at least. Not sure about the GTR, but now Witchell makes the move on Super. Let's see if Super can counter this. Witchell needs as many points just to make sure that this championship winning thingy happens. I didn't like that move from Jake, to be honest. Oh, Lexus moment. He actually gives that back. Okay, so Witchell clearly saw what he did. He actually realized it. But it's not gonna matter now because Super, as we saw, he's gonna die. There he is. Imaginary technique. Sbagliare the corner. What a shame for Super, to be honest. He was having an awesome race. Ooh, that region, he actually realized that that region was not good. Actually gets out of the way to give Honor the space that he needed. Look, actually may get a podium, boy. I'm not gonna say doing nothing, but second close. As Adam the Handsome wants to get rid of Honor for fucking finally wants to get rid of Honor. I mean, he wanted to get rid of him all this time, but unlucky penalties and stuff did not allow him. Final lap, and maybe this podium spot, it look Vince it a bit. It can be on the line. Let's see how these four drivers play this out, because Luke is not out of this. We know he has some tiny little tire advantage, but seeing Adam going purple is not a good sign. I'm surprised Honor cannot get the upper hand on Adam. I think this tire wear should allow him to have the better tire, to be honest. I know he's on mediums, but I think the mediums should be better than the softs at this point. I think it's just Adam being better. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Oh, Luke's really far away. Let's see if Honor actually, the selfishness plays him. Adam doesn't trust Honor either, actually fending the inside. I think the one that's done now is Super. I think his tires are just too worn to actually do anything as Adam is gone! Adam is gone! And he has spins again! No! Oh god! What the fuck? Let's see the moves. I don't think it was him. I think it was Adam. I think it was Adam. Was that a panic throttle? Oh, that's shift up to second! I think it was the shift up to second. If he was right back at the rev limiter on first, he may have gone away with it. Because in second gear, obviously, the rear wheels, these cars are rear wheel drive, get more speed, so it's actually harder to catch the car. That's not gonna really matter. As Will Sutters gets a well-deserved victory. But Jake Witchell is still, despite that turn 1 incident, gets a good second place. As the Chungus Slayer, that's why being consistent, maybe not having that space, finishes third. Super finishes fourth. Ah, such a shame. Other Big finishes fifth. What the fuck? Oh, Honor waited! So Honor was definitely involved in this. Even this POV, it doesn't look like it, but he was actually involved. Okay, I see. Vanderbeek fence off chops. Oh god, oh god. Oh, that was catchy and scary, not gonna lie. But this penalty is not gonna allow Chops to get that 6th place, definitely. Oh, oof, camera, please don't beat it now. You are so close. Oh, maybe it's gonna be close though. Nah, easy. Vanderbeek P5. Nicely done. P6 for camera, P7 for Chops. P8 for Adam, Honor waiting for him. P10 for us. We're gaining at the end, to be honest. Aston Lewis clearly not having the grips on the car. P11. Let's see in race 2. Now he has more experience and he's gonna be on a better tire compound. But he can accomplish. There we go, finishing the race. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after that first race is done, it's time for race 2. And as I always say, Reverse Grid is here to save your ass, because Giraffe, also known as Aston Lewis, is beginning on pole position. Finally getting rid of those mediums. Let's see if that Lexus is as tricky for him on softs than on mediums. Hopefully not. On 2nd place, also getting rid of the mediums. Us, let's see what we can do on this good starting position. We should be able to jump Aston Lewis and then try to defend that 1st place as much as we can. Let's see how we accomplish it. On 3rd place, the Governor, the Moose, also rid of those mediums. Let's see what he can do on soft tires. I think he has a good shot today. On 4th place, Adam the Handsome. I think is my favorite for this race. He has a good starting position and he's proving on race 1 that he can do this. So good luck to Adam the Handsome. On next place, his teammate Captain Chubbs. To be fair, he was quite at the back, probably getting used to the steering wheel and stuff. So let's see now that he has more experience with it, if he can do better. On next place, Cameron Helium. Let's see what he can do. He sadly won again on mediums because he have a double medium set. So let's see what he can do. On next place, Vanderbeek. Let's see what he can do now that he's actually on softs. On next place, the Super Driver. Awesome first race for him. Sadly, those mistakes pushed him a bit at the back, but I mean, at the back, like, he finished 4th. That's a good result, man. But he could have done it even better. So I have hopes in him. Let's see what he can do starting at the back. On next place, the Chungus Slayer. He's once again on softs, but seems to be lacking a bit of pace. Luckily, he was consistent enough to get a 3rd place. So let's see what he can do. On next place, Jack the Watcher. Despite being on mediums, he had an awesome pace, having the fastest lap for a good while. So don't count him out because he definitely has pace, even being on double mediums. He's once again on those tires. So let's see if he can do something similar to in race 1. And on last place, but definitely not least, Will Sutters trying to get that championship. Even though I think this Witzel awesome result, it's not gonna allow him to do that. But let's see what he can do anyways. With that out of the way, race 2 is a go. Well, I think the first race had its moments. I think it was a bit calm, but let's see what we can do now with different starting positions and different tire compounds. As the Moose immediately proves that the GTR is the best starting car, but the Longus, now that once it gets traction, it's gone. And as we expected on the grid walk, it's actually on 1st place, but Honor goes wide. So Giraffe gets the place back. Nice lap for Adam Hans, holding that 4th position. He's on mediums, I saw him, didn't notice. I think that was a bad choice for Adam, because I honestly think he had a good shot at this. With place for Cameron, yeah, using those mediums. Also Chops on mediums again, he was on softs in the previous one. Vanderbeek is actually on softs. Trying to go for Chops. There we go, there he goes. Easily done, having the tire advantage. The Chungus Slayer trying to go for the inside, but sadly hits Chops. Witzel once again trying to take chances on chaos moments. And it actually works out once again for him. He risked it, but usually when he risks it, he actually pulls it off. So nicely done from Jake. He started 2nd to last, now he's already on P6. Those mediums are definitely not gonna stop him, as we see in the front of us. But let me check, because we were first and now we are already gone. Yeah, this fast corner actually destroys us. Look at this speed difference. We actually have to lift, and we're still understeering. But Aston Lewis doesn't care and takes the lead, as the Moose also tries to do the same, and he can probably succeed even by being on the outside.
Also on the handsome when he's on mediums, remember that, but now the straight is a thing. So we're definitely gonna go for the moose. Let's see if we get enough advantage to actually be enoughly ahead of the moose. We're not enoughly ahead. The moose should be able to pass us easily. We're trying to hold as much as we can. The moose leaving us space. Little snap from the moose, but he actually covers us. We cannot go to the inside because we had Adam. Now Cameron Hale using his better slow speed grip and also better downforce. Despite being on the worse tire than the Longoose, he's not gonna be enough to hold him off. Even though we're kind of doing that. Should be able to overtake us here, but now the straight begins and the Longoose is just fucking gone. As Jay Witzel said on Daytona, it's going like a missile. We're gonna destroy Adam the Handsome and also the Moose. Doing already GT500 top speeds. We make the move stick. Let's see if that braking point allows us to be ahead. Adam the Handsome actually needs to take a braking action because we have to brake way earlier than them. Let's see that straight once again. The Longoose trying to do a good final send-off. Going for the Moose, but we don't have enough grip to actually make it stick. The Moose can actually do it by the outside. The one that can also do it by the outside, even having tire disadvantage, is Adam the Handsome, which he succeeds on making. Let's see Cameron Helium also going for the Longoose. Yeah, easy done. Also Butterbig. We lost like 4 positions on a stage, or on like 2-3 corners. I even lost a bit of count. As now we use the straight to take the upper hand on Butterbig, but I think he can just brake later. He actually goes for Cameron. This may give us a gap to actually get Cameron. Let's try. We actually try to do the switchback. Let's abuse the straight. Let's abuse the straight. Here we go. We don't hesitate for the move. This maybe is our only chance to actually hold Cameron Hill. But the Watchel is here. Cameron Hill holds on despite everything. We try once again, but oh no! Oh, that sucks. Anyways, you get lucky, you get unlucky sometimes. We see now the Chungus Slayer being on P7. I think I'm gonna go back on time not to check that murder, but just to check what was happening at the back because I saw a lot of position changes. Where was Butterbig? Oh yeah, and here was definitely happening. Let me put it like right here. Yeah, we see Jake Witchell now. I think we already saw this. Witchell going around the outside and actually pulling it off. I don't like those moves from Jay because sometimes he actually ends on a death because my man is going on a 4-wide formation for a moment, you know? Let's see, Will actually tries to look for a gap to send it, but it's just not existent. Luckily, his line is better enough than Luke to actually go for it, but Butterbig, he actually tried. Will actually tried going for Butterbig, but he was getting on a closing gap. Let's see how Butterbig plays this out. Maybe he has, yeah, he just has more grip than Jake. In this section shoot, and actually being behind with helping. Will actually goes for it. Oh, little tap from Will to Jake. Luckily, nothing to regret. I think that's gonna be a penalty for Butterbig. Too much on the blue section. Let's see now the straight. There we go. As I expected, Butterbig. He might be able to go for it. He got the better exit. And I think Jake has a little bit of toe, but not enough, as Will Cyrus definitely has the toe. And Jake is using as much toe from Butterbig as he can to actually fend off Will. Actually trying to go around the outside of the Butterbig. But Butterbig fends off nicely. And takes another place. And looks like Jake now has to fend off Will. So Butterbig should be free as the Chungus Slayer takes his chance and actually takes the place on Will. Let's see that back again. Yeah, we see Chungus Slayer actually taking the slip from Butterbig. He probably is gonna brake earlier to try to get the switch back. There we go, brakes early. But I think he cut it too much to the inside. Because if you touch the pillar board, there we go, you get a penalty. There we go, as expected. Now Willerino, he's not even gonna wait for the penalty. He's just gonna do it the old-fashioned way. But look, Clarky once again trying to help as much as he can as his teammate to actually slow him down. Car's behind a bit, behind, as you can expect. Here we go. Luke trying to look for a gap. Will is definitely under pressure here. Even though Luke has the penalty, let's see now that they arrive to the Longus. This is the murder attempt. Let's see Luke Clarky's point of view. And there we go. We will do a momentarily 4 wide, and sadly we're dead. All our effort going down the drain. The good thing is that we're going to have a good starting position for next race, but still, I think we could have done something. Which actually stops the car on the apex. Maybe too much, I will say. Trying to stop Will, but that actually may not be a good thing, because now Will is going to have a better toe. Let's see which actually moves in the final moment. No, he doesn't. He may have some toe from that a bit, but it's not going to be enough, definitely. Which is obviously instantly going to go to take this leap, trying to get an overrun. He honestly tried. They both break really late, but I think it's too late for both of them. As Will actually sees it coming and tries to go for a switchback. Forces Jake a bit on the green section. Luckily, it's not enough for Jake to lose control like it happened to him on race 1. Cameron Hill takes the chance on this. Let's see that again. Yeah, they both do a bad racing line because of their defensive attacking moves. And Cameron Hill just takes the better exit using the normal racing line and good to go. And also goes purple, by the way. So let's see what Cameron Hill, despite those medium tires, can do, because he's been proving good things on that Lexus. I mean, taking a race win is definitely an awesome thing on your first try on soft tires. I don't think no one can match Witchell on those mediums though, because Witchell can do soft times on medium tires, so I think Cameron Hill has a problem here. But let's see Will, because he already had good pace on race 1. I still think Witchell on soft tires can be faster than Will, but that's not the thing happening right now. Will is on the better tire. Let's hope that they don't wear so much that the mediums become better than the softs. Anyway, things seem a bit stabilized here. Wait a moment, let me check that. Because Aston Lewis is doing an awesome job holding this first place. Sadly for him, that penalty is not gonna allow it to be for long. Let's see what the Moose actually has an awesome spot. Also Adam. But sadly those mediums are gonna draw him back. I think it was a mistake being on mediums this race, because he's gonna lose an actual good shot of having this, to be honest. Let's see that tires. The tires from Aston Lewis are looking awful, to be honest. It's already lap 3 and look at his tires compared to Honor. Maybe the Lexus is not as good as I thought on tires. I love that helmet though, I somehow never noticed it. A little tough from Honor to Aston Lewis, but it's not gonna matter because the penalty just gonna destroy Aston. There we go. The penalty does its thing and Honor takes the lead. Let's see if Adam the Handsome. Oh, he's definitely gonna gain enough. He's definitely gonna gain enough. 132.9. Also careful with Big. He may have a shot at this. We need a mistake from Honor though for it to happen. As Will Cyrus takes the fastest lap. So don't count Will out. He can make a 2 out of 2 wins. But I still think that Honor needs to have bad pace. And that purple first sector on its own is not proving that. So if these guys want to win, they have to fend off the Moose. So let's see what happens. Aston Lewis behind Adam. He has the tire advantage though, but I don't like his. Yeah, he's doing a me. Oh, before, like I did on that Daytona round. He's overturning so much, and look at that tire weight. He's completely destroying the tires. Let's see that steering input again. Well, to be fair, this is hairpin, so it actually makes sense turning like that. But actually, hitting the throttle like that, even with traction control. Proving once again that Lexus is being on softs. With traction control, you cannot just floor it and good to go. It's a car that's definitely trying to kill you. As Will takes that mistake to his advantage and takes the place as Big now. He's trying to go for Adam. He needs to get rid of Adam as soon as he can, because Adam is on the worst tire, at least right now. Even though I think conditions are not as bad as on race 1. So I think those softs should last a bit longer. As Will obviously is going to help Big. Helping get the overrun, the NSX coalition happening once again. As he takes the fastest lap, and pretty similar to his previous fastest lap, to be honest. As Jay Witchell also goes for Aston Lewis. Probably just took the slip and getting the place. Aston's tires are gonna be destroyed, man, I just know. He's overturning that Lexus so much. Look for example to Luke's tires and Aston Lewis tires. He's completely destroying them. Let's go at the front. Will and Butterbeak, thanks to the NSX coalition, they managed to make the move. But Adam is still, despite those minions, having a good pace. I know I'm annoying, but I think he made a huge mistake by picking those mediums now. He should have picked them for the last race. I honestly think he could have a good shot at this. He had awesome pace on race 1. Let's hope that on race 3 he can accomplish this, because I don't think it's gonna happen on this one. As Jay Witchell does a 132.1, he's going almost a second faster than Adam the Handsome on the same tires, so definitely Jake once again proving that his pace on race 1 with those meters was no fluke. Let's see now, Adam defense. I'm not sure he's trying to attack, but now that's gonna compromise his exit. As the Jack the Watchel tries to go for it, Will also kinda trying to go for it, but at the same time realizing that being ahead of Butterbeak on this big straight is not gonna be good. Jake makes the move on Adam. Nicely done from the British driver. Well, to be fair, all of them are British. Well, almost all of them. Yeah, there we go. Classic inside, and now, and this move actually makes sense. Adam tries to get the better exit. It may be a good idea though, because Which is not gonna have as much tow as Adam. Maybe he's gonna help Jake actually, because Jake still has a tow. Yeah, there we go. There we go, as kinda expected. But also Will is gonna do the same thing, as Witchell and Will do exactly the same fastest lap. They both have purple fastest laps. You know what? I think I'm actually gonna compare them at the end of the video, like a bonus. I think I'm actually gonna, because it's cool seeing the exact same lap time. Oh, Witchell doesn't care about being on the worst tire. He's still going at it. He doesn't want to give Will any chance. Even though I think Witchell is already the champion, I don't think Jake wants to give any single hope for Will of actually pulling this off. As he's actually trying. To be honest, he's pulling away from this group. With tow or without it, Will is actually the faster one here. As Butterbeak tries his best to fend off Jake, and it's actually working. He's actually doing Will the biggest favor ever. Oh, I think that was a lag tap from Jake to Butterbeak. Luckily, Butterbeak hold it nicely. Not sure, maybe it's my connection thing. I think I was having a bad connection these days. Yeah, but Witchell doesn't seem to get a good way through. He's definitely gonna do it on this straight because he has a little bit of... I think Will lost a bit of time here. Or maybe it's just a visual thing because that sector is slow, so they look to be actually closer. Adam is probably gonna help Jake because Jake has tow, so the moment that Adam gets off tow... Yeah, there we go. There we go. But Butterbeak seems to have done an awesome corner exit, and it's actually gonna survive this straight. But Adam actually... Oh god, I fucked it up. But Adam, I think in the end, manages to get a good overrun on Jake. Yeah, there we go. He's gaining. He's actually gonna try it. As he doesn't hesitate, he's a bit Butterbeak. Luckily doesn't hit badly, but that actually compromised his exit. And he tried, honestly. He had to give it a go. You never know. Never know. Which I'm trying to force Butterbeak into a mistake, faking it inside. Pressurize him. He's all over him. But Butterbeak is a nice man. He's not gonna give up that easily. Oh. He's trying, man. He's trying. But the Great Dutch Wall is not allowing him to happen. And once again, fence off the inside. Witchell is actually suffering on this. Butterbeak is actually putting Jake on the ropes. There's still plenty laps left. But, oh, now Witchell manages to get a good run. Let's see if it's enough. Butterbeak being real aggressive. He knows that if he lets Jake go, it's over. Jake actually breaks early. He knows he has the worst line. So he's actually gonna stay behind him. Try to get this lip. Yeah, he's not even trying the overtake. He's just gonna get the best overrun he can thanks to this slipstream. But he's really close to Butterbeak, so it may not be that big of an overrun because I think that NSX is actually faster on straights. I think the one on the better place now is Adam the Handsome. There we go. He's actually gonna try not helping Jake now. They're going 3 wide on turn 1. Actually, Adam pulls off the move. Let's see this breaking point. Butterbeak has the better tire, as I keep saying, with non-stop. And Adam actually makes his stick. Aggressive but fair move by Adam. risking everything. He knows he doesn't have the tire, so he has to pull up risky things to actually pull things off. Blocking Jake once again. Jake is still behind a car. He cannot get rid, but maybe Adam is gonna be an easier opponent than Butterbeak. Let's at least hope so, even though it's not looking like it. You see Jake now trying to get a better exit. Butterbeak not disrupting his exit, but I think he's gone too wide actually. Oh, Butterbeak actually makes a move on Jake, cutting more meters, but now Jake, thanks to being on the outside and having a better exit, and also slip, he manages to fend off Butterbeak. They're going 3 abreast on this corner. Jake actually needs to lift off. He knew that Adam was actually going to go to the outside because of his racing line. Butterbeak once again not giving up against Jake. Jake is actually going to have nightmares with Butterbeak as his teammate is here. But let's hope that this is a good thing for Jake. As Butterbeak once again, he does not want to leave Jake alone. He does not want to leave Jake alone. Yes, Butterbeak. Once again, another NSX. And also, maybe he's just gonna boost Jake because he gets off slip. He's just gonna lose it. He's just gonna lose it. Look, despite being on soft tires, he's getting close. But let's see if next lap if he can achieve this. As they're still going at it. Adam knows this, so he's gonna fend off the inside. And Butterbeak's gonna go to the normal racing line, try to get a better exit of these 3. Oh, Jake actually leaves the space just enough. Adam still holds on. Adam is proving that he can be as hard to overtake as Butterbeak. And he's on the medium tires, but Butterbeak actually fucking sends it. And that actually kills Butterbeak. To be fair, that was a risky move from Butterbeak. That sucks, man. That fucking sucks. And actually, behind there's still... What the fuck? We'll come back to this though, but I just want to see it. Just want to see it. Okay, super. Oh god, the logo is here. They're definitely stuck on a cycle. Yeah, there he goes. I just overtook on a yellow flag. Or wait. No, wait. I think the yellow flag is here actually, where this marshal is. So I just made the move. I got super lucky to be honest. But now the thing is that Chops may have done it on... No, he's already got it. What the fuck? I didn't got a pen, so I got really lucky. I think I did it just on the right moment. I think the yellow flag is actually on sector 2, not on sector 1. So I managed to do the move before sector 1. But the thing is that now we're on a yellow flag condition. So Chops cannot overtake. He actually overtakes once. Not once, but I think the game bugged and actually move his placing quite a bit. And that is actually the thing that's gonna give him not 3 but 6 seconds. Oh Jesus. Oh god, of course. Anyway, we'll come back to this. Let's see if in here. Okay, let's keep going on this because I actually got panicked from that. Let's see Butterbeak's POV of this. I think we did saw him already. Goes for Adam, loses the rear, and Jake finish him off. Nice idea from Butterbeak, actually keeping the throttle to actually make the car at least stop and away and not keep spinning round and round and round. Let's see this again because he compromised him. Adam the Handsome's line. Definitely. Butterbeak went to the inside, but that was actually too aggressive from Butterbeak. And actually Jake, yeah, he couldn't do much to be honest. But actually Adam, I didn't like the region from Adam, to be honest, as Jake actually is proving the point, forcing Adam off. Gloves are definitely coming off. Little tough from Adam to Jake, and actually the Chungus Slayer takes this chance to actually get a better exit. Abby using the 3rd gear on the Lexus. He knows he hit full throttles on 2nd gear. That thing is just gonna kill him. The HR gang on a formation now. Now Witchell is finally unleashed, and with teammate help. So let's see if Luke actually plays a team game and allows Jake to finally be free of this, because he's been like, I'm not gonna say half the race, but close to, honestly. Butterbeak and Adam had done an awesome job to stop him, but I don't think Adam has the last... I don't think Adam has thrown the last bullet yet, because he still has the slip, even though I think the HR gang is just gonna help each other, to be honest. Doesn't make... Witzel gets a pen! Witzel gets a pen! This could change everything! Is it now? No, it's the next lap! Witzel needs to fucking send it to... He shouldn't be able to escape from Luke because he has the toe, but he needs to get away from Adam because Adam has proven that he is really hard to be overtaken. As Luke actually does not care, actually goes for the inside. But honestly, they got the championship. Honestly, fuck him. Fuck him, fuck him, Luke. Fuck him. Fuck him up. He may not go on a CLK because he's a bitch. We know he already made the liver and everything. It looks spectacular, but of course he's not gonna do it because he's a backstabbing bitch. That's exactly why. That's what does Jake have this grip, man? That's bullshit. There we go. There we go. Which will actually be using his corner. Don't hate the player, hate the game. There we go. There we go. The Chungus Slayer trying his best to get Jake. Even though Jake... Oh, and I'm scared! No! Oh god, I love that immediate reverse from Witchell, man. Let's see Adam's POV. I think he didn't expect Jake to slow down as much. That would be at least my guess. Yeah, Luke does the send, but actually Witchell tries to do a counter line, but Adam was too close to actually do that. Nice fair play from Adam, waiting for him, to be honest. I will say racing incident. Witchell's move made sense, he just didn't realize that Adam was that close. All his eyes were on Luke's ass. And once again, Luke, despite maybe lacking a bit of pace, he's actually gonna have another good result. So maybe he can secure this P3 actually. Oh, he's actually gonna wait. He's gonna... Why? He's actually gonna wait. Maybe he actually just wants to... I know Jay, I know Luke, and I think he just wants to keep fighting with Jake, honestly. As Adam now, because of the penalty, and Witchell gets the place back. And because Luke Clark is slowing down, maybe they still can do something to get Luke again. And maybe, who knows, maybe even Cameron. Okay, boys. Let's actually go way back in time to actually see the Super versus Chops happen. As now Super has the upper hand thanks to Slipstream. And he's definitely gonna go for it. He has the enough overrun on Chops. Luke has escaped from this group. So let's see what these two can do. They are at the back, but they're gonna fight for this P9 like their lives depends on it. There they go, Super gets the place. Yeah, now the same thing as on previous lap is gonna happen. Chops should be able to do this, but we're actually close enough to actually do this, as we do actually our personal best lap. Chops goes for Super, but a Wild Longus appears. But we have to brake earlier. Despite having better tires than Super and Chops, it's just not enough. We have to be careful on exit though. But we have definitely enough straight line speed. Let's see, Chops actually tries it by outside. No, he doesn't. He tries to go for the switchback. It's still worse thanks to Super's help though. But now, yeah, fast corners. Little to not enough downforce compared to the GT500s. It has some downforce, but nowhere near the same as the GT500s. But also the GT500s have nowhere near the same straight line speed as us. I love these kind of fights because they remind me to Goodwood fights, like one fight of one Alpha GTA versus a Ford Galaxy, you know? The Alpha is a monster of corners, but the Galaxy is a monster on straights, so these are my favorite kind of fights, to be honest. I like watching those tiny minis go for the big chunky American boys with huge engines. And which is, well, I'm not gonna say that NSX and the GTR have tiny engines. They have, one has a V8, the other one a V6, but we have a B12. And not Nerf B12, by the way, so, yep. What you're seeing is what you get. As here we go, once again, even having slip. Pull 6 here, there we go. The Angus actually doesn't like to rev really high. It's a weird car in that way. I think the power line is just wrong. Because the Sigma B12 would actually make sense revving the nuts out of it. As we get the place on Charles, but despite, once again, our braking point is not enough, but we have a little straight now. And yeah, not even a competition. Not even a competition. The longest is gone and we actually get P9. We have to block the GT500s a bit, as I think we did. At least on this corner. But now Chaps can just send it by the outside or the inside. Make your choice. There we go. Oh! We actually compromise him a bit. Without the one that we definitely compromise is Super. If they lose time in this section, we may be able to actually get them stuck on a cycle, and we're actually doing that. Because as you know, it's harder to retake on a corner than on a straight. You see Chaps going for it? He looked like he wasn't gonna go for it, but in the final moment actually decided to. That actually compromises our line. And Chaps gets the place. Let's see if we can stop Super enough to... No, we can't. No. Oh shit. Oh shit. Super actually gives the place to us back. Chaps is actually gaining here. Super may not try the move. It should be useless. Oh, definitely not gonna try it. Even though I think it should be able to get a good exit though. It's actually maybe key. He's not gonna get close to us, but this little slip he's having now may be key. And he's still on this because we're gonna get ahead of Chops here. And we should be able to stop him a bit. There we go, already doing GT500 top speed. Chops doesn't really know what he's gonna do, and we actually fucking go for the... Even up below the wild line. I don't even know how to talk. That was actually unexpected from me. Oh, we actually lose the rear a bit. Luckily our Australian speed is just too much and it's not gonna be enough to stop us. I will cut it here, but we know that there's a couple of fast corners coming, so yeah, Chops is already really close. And he's gonna be even closer and closer and closer. We actually go wide, but we managed to actually stop him. Because we understeer on the corner. Chops didn't expect that. Oh, the Chops do out, and as I said, Super is not down and out because we actually managed to stop Chops enough to allow Super to get back in this. Super actually blocks us. There's no gap, and we actually have to force our way through. But it's just not gonna be enough. We're not enoughly ahead to get ahead of Chops. As Super actually, fun fact, the long is actually lighter than these cars, but the low speed grip is just way worse, so we just cannot overturn these cars on slow speeds. Anyways, nicely done from Chops and Super. Also from us, I think we're doing a good job, to be honest. Yeah, we're scared of that second gear despite being on soft tires. We actually have to gun it on first. But I'm not actually doing that for some reason. Because as I said, the longest doesn't like to be revved above 7k, so we actually do use that to our advantage to actually get some kind of a natural traction control, if you can call it that way. Now the car is gonna spin, but not much. I knew Super was gonna move in that moment, so that's why I chose the outside. Chaps may be able to outbrake us here. Super is really close. He's gonna get a better exit, but we actually get carried thanks to our biggest straight line speed. As I saw Aston Lewis spinning, Chops actually fends up the inside, and it's gonna be the good move because now we're actually gonna block Super. And I kinda try going for the inside, but there's no gap and there's no point, man. I just look at this. I just don't have the downforce. As we saw, let's see what happened to Aston Lewis. He's yeah, turn one moment. Oh, that's unlucky. His tires are dead though. He's not gonna make it to the end. Let's go to the pits, change your tires, and good to go. Super actually may need to defend from this. Yes! He manages to break us, but he actually breaks too late and loses some tenths. That actually gonna be key because now we're gonna get the overrun on him on the straight. But he actually. I'm actually not confident on going for it because I just don't have enough turning to actually go around the outside or the inside. I could have tried though, but I think I was just gonna lose the rear. The longest is a tricky car to drive, to be honest. It's fun, but it's actually tricky. To be fair, all cars can be tricky, to be honest. For me, the hardest I still think is the Lexus. Even though I feel like the longest is actually harder, but I'm not sure about that. Probably I just got so used to it that I just don't really much care. As once again, yeah, we're actually boosting Super. Oh my god, he's actually a limiter. Just to make Chops' life worse. As Chops actually notices, and he actually goes really wide. And this is actually why I boosted Super, because I need Super to slow Chops down. And as we go for it, oh no, yellow flag, but once again, oh no, this is the same one. This is the same one. This is when Butterbeak spawned. And Chops now gets the most fair penalty I have ever seen in my life. Clearly not ready. Super forces his way through. And actually, makes us go into chops. Let's see that again. As we see that Longo's going for it. There we go, Super on the outside. He may need to leave Chops the gap, and now we see the most fair penalty happening. As Super actually knows that he cannot lose time and actually forces his way through, but it's actually too much, I will say. I think he's actually gonna give it back, to be honest. Yeah, it's actually going off just to give it back. Hey, we all made mistakes, Super, no problem, man. But this actually chaos is gonna allow us to get a little bit of a rest from all this fighting. If we don't think Chops is just gonna send it on us, because I mean, look at that penalty, he has nothing to lose. He has nothing to lose, man. So let's see how he plays this out in this section. He should be able to outpace us. He's definitely doing it, but we're placing the car on the right places to actually stop him. But now we actually go deep. Our tires do not seem that bad, though. I mean, they're a bit warm, but not that much. Oh, they actually, see, as I told you, the first gear, you have to rev it, but you can still lose it. Anyways, Chops is gonna go to the Shadow Realm. There he goes. As we actually need, doing the best straight line we can. We're definitely doing that, outpacing Super, but yeah, on the braking zone, Super actually needs to nail, well, maybe not nail, but actually do just a good cornering section to just get on the back of us. We're ahead on the finish line, so we definitely have the upper hand. Holy shit, we actually made a decent gap now. Oh, Chops, sorry. Super actually misses a bit the apex. I still think he should be on our asses right now. There he goes. All that gap is gone as he actually fucking sent it. This actually scared me because I was like, oh, is this how we're gonna race now, Super? But luckily, he goes too deep, so actually allows us to get a better... Oh, this is actually Jake's spin. Yeah, it is. Jake's spin because of Adam. Oh god. I'm actually kind of struggling here, to be honest. As we can see, the Super driver trying to overtake the Longus. We're actually giving the favor back to Super. And I remember this because now it was actually almost 10 p.m. in Spain, so it was almost night. And the lights in my room were off. I always play on VR, so if your room is too dark, the VR just gets confused and it cannot know where it is, pretty much. So yeah, actually, you can see the hazards on because I hit the pause button. And actually, look at this. The AI does not even hesitate to make the move on Super. As there we go. Actually, now we're off pause and we didn't lose much, to be honest. But once again, I actually need to hit the pause button because it just didn't work nicely. I was actually looking on the pause just to make sure that I don't unpause and go into Super because my steering wheel was pointing straight. As now I see a chance of Super getting Butterbeer, and I think I boosted him too late. And now I compromise his corner. So let's see. Butterbeer may have a bit worn tires. So let's see if Super can actually pull this off. But remember that Butterbeer can be really quick, man. So, oh lord. If you don't think he's struggling a bit, so let's see if Super can actually pull this off. Let's see now, Super, he should be able to get Butterbeer. They have the same machinery and Super has the slipstream advantage, so let's watch. Let's watch Super drive Ace. Alright, he's now actually gaining. He's gaining and gaining, but not gaining more than the Longus. Actually going more than 300 Ks. We actually managed to stop it. Super also manages to stop it. So Butterbeer is definitely on this game now. Welcome to the Longus realm. As we actually tried to go for Super, but Super knows that he has way more grip. Actually getting boosted by Butterbeer. That may actually be a good thing for us. But now, yeah, Butterbeer's just gonna send it. Just send it, man. Just send it. You're just gonna get destroyed if you don't. There we go. Nasli saw from Butterbeer. As Chops, despite the 50 billion second penalty, it's actually kind of going quick, as I think he messed up his line now that I talked. But Butterbeer, trust me, he's not down and out. He's not down and out. He's not down and out as he goes for the inside. You're not stopping here. Oh, we'll actually retook honor. We'll check that later. Because this can be key for his championship chances. Oh, Lord. And, oh, yeah, that was too wide for Super. Butterbeer is now scrubbing his hands. And also us, to be honest. Because he's gonna lose even more time on the straight. And definitely, you lose more time, getting a penalty on the straight and on a corner. So, well, you know. Yeah, he's gonna actually do it now. He may be actually the better thing doing it now. Super is probably just gonna boost Butterbean. He just needs to get as much advantage as he can. But yeah, I think even without the penalty, he should be able to get him. There goes the long goose. We're actually just taking the slip. We can get Butterbean though. There we go. Final lap with everything on the line. But you know what? Oh lord. Yes, Butterbean. Actually compromises a bit our exits. Nice move from Butterbean. With this type of racing, you actually need to send it a lot because you have a huge advantage corner, so you cannot hesitate. Because if you hesitate, you're just gonna lose time like this. And actually, look at the penalty. The penalty did nothing for Super, as he actually is back in 7th place. It's like he didn't got a pen. Let's see now, because Super may be enoughly ahead, even though that exit didn't look good for on Super's side. Let's see now, I don't like this camera because of that anti-roll bar. As we actually boost Butterbean because we need Butterbean to slow Super down, forcing him to take defensive lines. There we go, they're not stopping, man, they're not stopping. I actually want to check the front, but they're not stopping. Okay, I'm actually gonna check it now. Oh lord, we're safe from Honor right now. We go back at the front. We're actually gonna stop that fight for a moment, as we see that the Moose is actually in trouble because one of the championship contenders is on a soft tire, and that actually is gonna be a penalty for Honor. But we know Will, he's not gonna wait for it. Will is not gonna wait for it. Maybe it's not a pen actually. Maybe the game thought that Honor actually lost the rears and actually lost time with doing that. So that may actually be the reason why he didn't got a pen. Let's see. Will, I think he has the best GT500 on straight line. And also has lips, so let's see. Fucking destroys the brake pads and makes the move stick. That actually felt really clean, nicely done from Will. Let's see if Honor can come back from this though. Will may actually not defend, just wants to get the better racing line. He knows he has way more pace than Honor. 132.7, 132.0. He's close to a second per lap faster, so yeah, that should be game, set, and match for Will, to be honest. Let's get back to this, because I missed the final time, well, the final fight between Adam, Jake, and Luke. So let's see what they did. Oh, Jake was really close to getting a pen. Luke Clark is sniffing his teammate. I love the color scheme of both AHR cars, to be honest. It's really cool. As we see the watch hill. Trying to go for Adam. I was gonna say despite his already disadvantage, but Adam is also mediums. Let's see this. Oh! Manages to get a better exit than Adam. The one that has definitely the advantage now is the Chungus Slayer. It's actually Witchell. Lifts off. Trying to get this lip as Luke does not hesitate and definitely goes for the move. He should be able to get both places, but I think Witchell just boosted Adam, so that's not gonna happen. Let's see Jake, let's see Jake. Luke actually fends off. Jake tries to go for the switchback. It works only on Adam though. Luke still manages to hold on. Oh, Luke being real aggressive. Also Adam faking insides. Luke touches the inside cone. So I'm not sure if that's gonna be a pen. Maybe it's actually on the edge. Let's see. Jack is all over Luke. And Adam is really close from this. If Witchell tries to move. Oh, he's definitely trying. Luke actually fends off the inside like his life depends on it. There he goes. Oh, maybe Adam went deep. Not really. He manages to stop it. Also did Jake. Trying to get the best exit he can. He's drifting that Lexus all over the place. The Lexus is just trying to kill him every chance he gets. Let's see. I don't think it's gonna be enough. Oh, he's behind Luke though. I think that was a mistake from Jake. Now Adam is gonna keep building momentum. He's behind. He actually realized it. And actually, look, the moment that Witchell gets behind him, he instantly goes to the inside, tries to break a bit the toe. Adam keeps building momentum. Go to the outside, Adam. Go to the outside, Adam. They're going on a 3 wide. There's fightings on the front, fightings on the back. Fuji proving that it's an awesome round to race. Once again. And I'm glad of Adam having a good race despite being on mediums. I still think he should have been on the softs. But he's pulling off a good show. And as I say, win or lose, put on a good show. That's what pretty much matters. As Luke actually seems to have lost a bit of time. But thanks to Jake and Adam fighting, he may be able to get back on this. Yeah, they're still going side by side, by the way. Which will be using the track limits here. Knowing that he doesn't get a penalty for doing that. Luke revving the nuts out of that Lexus. That's actually what you need to do in that car. As Adam fends off the inside as much as he can. Actually managed to stop the car. Luke going around the outside trying to get a good exit, but he doesn't manage to. Let's see once again, he's gonna get a good exit. He actually does. Is he actually gonna go for his teammate? He kinda tries though. He kinda backs out in the final moment. Adam went too wide. Maybe that's a penalty actually for Adam. Let's see if that's actually a penalty. No, Adam's luck, it probably is. It may not be actually. Adam for once in his luck getting lucky. The one that didn't go lucky is Luke. That's actually Jake. He's gonna hold on, and once again he's gonna be right on the line for Adam the Handsome. Well, let's check that finish, because Will Sutters has got a 2 out of 2. He has literally done a last 2 firsts with success and takes the win, followed by a great honor, a great moves, and a quiet, but taking his chances, Cameron Hill that takes a well-earned podium on double mediums. Now he's finally free of mediums. Adam now it's just to break the toe. He's been in this situation 2 times already, and he finally takes the revenge. 3rd time is a charm, as we see Butterbeck trying to do his best, fending off the Super Driver, and gets the plates. Also really close to Super Us, and also chops on this. As Aston Lewis gets the final spot. Nice comeback from him, despite that he actually made a pit stop.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, after that race is done, it's time to do the grid war once again. And on first place, we have Captain Chops. Now on soft tires, let's see what he can accomplish. On second place, we have the fucking Longus. Let's see if we can have a better run than on previous race and give the Longus the send-off that it deserves. So let's see what we can do. On third place, the Super Driver. He's actually starting on a good position with soft tires, so let's see what he can do. If he can replicate something like on race 1, he honestly may be a contender for the win. So good luck to Super Driver. As on fourth place, we have another contender for the win, Butterbeck. Let's see what he can do. As on fifth place, the Chungus Slayer begins. Sadly of mediums, but let's see what he can do despite that tire disadvantage. On sixth place, I hate to say this, but my favorite for the win, I know it's cringe, but it's Witchell, man. With medium tires, he had pace of the softs. So imagine him now on actual tires, and not on bullshit rubber. Anyways, good luck to Jake. Let's see what he can do. Next place for Adam the Handsome. I still insist those medium tires were a bad choice. But let's see that now that he's actually on softs, can actually do what I think he could have done on previous races. Good luck to Adam. Let's see what he is capable of. On next place, another great result for Cameron Hill, man. Despite being on double mediums, he's finally free of those cursed medium tires. I don't know what the Bridgestone thing is not. Oh, it is, but it's just like on the wrong place? I don't know. Anyways, good luck to Cameron, actually on soft tires. Let's see what he can do. On next place, the Moose. He had a good run, to be honest. Sadly, Will was faster than him and could get him. But it's still a good race. Let's see what he can accomplish this time. Next place for Willis Staterino. Let's see what he can do. He has done 2 out of 2. I don't think he's gonna make it a 3 out of 3 because he's now on mediums. But let's see what he can do regardless. He tried his best, you cannot deny that. And on last place but not least, Aston Lewis. I got it wrong at the end of race 2. I thought Aston Lewis made a great recovery, but the thing is that he stayed on the pits for a while. And that technically counts as a rage quit, so sadly you're not getting first place, Aston. So you're starting at the back. Anyway, let's see what you can do with more experience on that Lexus. And now, let's finish this season, boys. Alright, ladies and gentlemen.
let's say goodbye to Season 4 of Polyphony Trophy and let's do it with a good one. We have Captain Chops fending off the lead, but let's see how the Longus deals with this as he instantly goes to defend the inside, trying to do what he can, but the straight line speed is just too much. Let's see what Chops can do in the braking zone. We know this, so we instantly go down the inside to cover it. Messing a bit Chops' exit, but now the Longus is just gone. We made the overtake on Chops easy. Well, to be fair, it was easy. We just have like 100 and something more horsepower than him. You know, nothing much. Just the average, but now the high downforce section begins, and once again the Longus is outmatched by Captain Chops. But let's see if we can outmatch him on straight. That super actually hits us. It's not being on a race, isn't it? In terms of incidents. And Jake Witzel does a Jake Witzel as my VR I think fails or some shit, because I actually hit the pause button there. Anyway, Jake Witzel having an awesome start, not gonna lie. When he finishes Baderbeek with, I think it should. Even though Baderbeek has proven on previous race that he can be the biggest dick to Witzel. Yeah, once again going it, but this time Witzel is on similar tires as Chops gets a half second. That this is actually the fight for the lead, because Chops I saw that has a half second. Witzel may not try the overtake because, well, you just have the straight though. So there we go into the straight line. Let's see how bad this penalty is for Chops. Oh lord, he's fucked. He's straight up fucked. As Witzel does not hesitate, but now Baderbeek actually has the toe, so he may be able to counter this as they're both fighting for the slipstream. But Baderbeek gets the upper hand. Luckily the penalty for Chops wasn't as awful as I thought it was gonna be. I thought he was just gonna get destroyed by Witzel and Baderbeek, but Witzel doesn't even need a penalty. He already done it on the corner. Let's see how Chops counters this. Let's see, they're going into this really hard turn. Oh, little tap from Chops to Jake, I believe. Not sure if that was an actual tap or a luck tap. They're still going at it. They're still going at it. They don't want to give an easy win to Jake. Even though I don't know how the championship standings are looking, but I will say that Witzel has got this on the bag. Unless that, like, a catastrophe happens, but I don't think it's gonna happen. He had the pace of soft runners on medium tires, and now he's actually in soft. So as Chops does kind of a dummy move, but actually brakes too late. And that actually allows his teammate to get by, and also Baderbeek, and maybe even Super. Which he does, but this may be. Let's see what Adam the Handsome can do. Because now Jake is unleashed on those beautiful soft tires. Let's see if Adam has an ace up his sleeve or something, because if he doesn't do anything, Jake is just gonna run away. He's the fastest guy here. To the surprise of nobody. Yeah, lap 2 completed. Apparently Jake Witzel should be the winner as he's fending off the slipstream. Let's see Baderbeek. I think he has the NSX is the best car in straight line in terms of GT500s. Let's see. He's obviously using his slip as Jake is moving one side to the other, but he's actually boosting Adam. But maybe that boost was too late, that as Adam goes deep, and this may compromise a bit his exit. Not much though, maybe enough for Jake to actually get away. Just what he needs to actually get this win secured on the beginning of lap 3. Anyway, let's check that Jake Witzel start now that he seems to be on a stable position. So I don't think anything special happened on turn 1, except with the exception of the Longus. All cars are pretty similar on straight line. Going to turn 1, and I don't think his teammate is gonna give him any trouble. He's on the medium tires. Yeah, Witzel is not even attempting it. Going into here, let's see, maybe it was the Super and Me crash thingy that actually allowed Jake. Not really, Jake just went through. Luke using his superior grip, and yeah, and here he uses the chaos. Didn't like that move that much, but okay, luckily didn't end up badly, and we already saw this, so there's no point in showing more. We can hold on thanks to the straight, but in this braking point, Adam the Handsome is already gonna show us what actual brakes are. Oh god, I didn't even try to cover things, and I just saw him coming. I was like, I'm not having none of this. Super trying to go around the outside. We covered it in time though. I don't blame tiny taps on these cars at the back, to be honest, because it's hard to predict where the GT1s are to brake. They have basically GR3 cornering speed. And these things are not top tier year 2 cornering speed, because I think the top tier is year 2 turns as much as a year 1. It's just that busted. But anyways, now it's time for the happiness to begin, as we actually boost Luke just to make Super's life worse, you know, as Super actually knows. And I perfectly knew he was gonna do that final moment move, so I actually go to the outside. He said that he wanted a bomb draft, that's why he actually did that final move for trying to stop us a bit on the straight, because if we stop him on a corner, it's crucial for us, but if they also stop us on a straight, it's crucial for them. Is this constant effect of if you actually slow down a car on his back section, it can be huge for you, as we're actually kind on this group, but now that they have died down for session, look at Super just go. We're racing this pretty much every race, as Luke Lucky, even despite being on mediums, does not care and definitely goes for it, as also Cameron Hill does, and also maybe Honor, but the straight is gonna be our main savior. As we're going for Cameron Hill and maybe Luke Clarkey, I think it's gonna be tight on Luke. Oh, nice mirror use from Luke. We're going for Cameron, or at least trying. We slow down Honor, who also slows down Will. Also trying again, going for Cameron, or at least trying to make his life worse, compromising his racing lines. As Will actually goes for it. As the space makes the move stick. Nicely done from Will. Does not care on those medium tires, and actually that move from Will allows him to make a gap. But I didn't like that tap for Honor, average Honor tap to be honest. As Aston Lewis is trying to make gains now, but the car that is actually making gains is us. Oh, we're actually hitting Will, okay. Holy shit! Okay, I see what he was actually so shocked about. I just want chaos, man, I just want chaos. You cannot give me one of these cars, man. As this help, oh my god, what happened to Super? He just missed the braking, I had to take avoiding action. Oh no, he had a penalty, but Luke boosted him. I think he just broke too late, honestly. Yeah, he broke too late, so he actually took avoiding action. That actually speaks a lot of someone. Like sacrificing your own race just to not screw anyone else's. As we boost Luke just to make shit more spicy. And now the depression zone for the longest begins, as the Moose is trying for the Chungus Slayer using his tire advantage, as Super and Aston Lewis, as expected, destroy us on this section. I think they have enough gap to actually survive this straight. Let's see up ahead. We see Cameron Hill and Captain Chubbs going at it. Let's see if they do the funny. Cameron is trying. The one that's definitely doing the funny is the Moose. As I expected, yeah, we cannot get Aston on the straight. But he has a pen though. Let's see. Cameron and Chubbs is still in the same positions. Adam and Badebek 2 as the Moose goes for the Chungus Slayer. There we go, leaving the space. Nicely done from Honor, nicely held from Luke. Despite everything, we're getting a plate. What the fuck? Oh, something. Oh, a snap from Super. And sadly, that snap puts him right in front of Aston Lewis, which, to be fair, couldn't do much. As actually the Moose goes for Luke, but I don't think that's a good move, because now Luke is gonna have to slip and just can't get him back again. As Will actually quietly has escaped in this group. I think he's too far behind of Cameron Hill to actually get a slip. But now Luke actually realizes this, and the Moose is going for Willerino. Oh, as we see the Longus actually getting more places thanks to Aston Lewis penalty. I think it's worth showing that. It's just gonna... No, there's no way, Adam. There's no way, Adam. There's no way, Adam. There's no way, man. Let's see this, because I think they're just bomb drafting each other. It's still not enough. Jay Winston's 1-3-1-2. Oh my god, what a monster. What a monster. He already has the championship, but he still wants to keep proving. As Valerie goes for the T1 move. And... Oh my god, Adam. No fucking... Dude, why did you go full throttle there? You just know. You know. You've done this before, Adam. You should know. You should know, Adam. Ah, dang it. Going a little bit forwards in time, as on this section, seems that Honor has definitely destroyed Will. Not sure it's tire advantage or that Will made a mistake. Actually don't know, as Will actually notices the moose and actually covers the inside. Parking it on the apex. Trying to stop Honor's exit. Let's see, he fends the inside. He kind of does it at the final moment. Let's see how Will plays this out, because I think Honor, at least right now, is the faster car. I never noticed that NSX antenna on the left. Oh, they're cold here. But let's see now that the moose has the slip. Let's see if the moose has the slip. Yeah, it does. He actually doesn't want to get ahead of Will, because he doesn't have that much of the run. He may be aware that NSX is a better car on straights. As you can see now, he's struggling more and more to actually get the overrun on Will, as we actually go for Luke. Not kind of, but we may be on range though to get Luke, and also okay, we're just gonna boost him. We're just gonna make Will's life worse, huh? Jay Winchell will be so happy of seeing this. I can guarantee you that. Anyways, the super driver is just gonna do the downforce move. There we go. Saddam the Handsome is gonna keep the bullying going, but not really. Actually thoughts on it on the final moment. He actually has a heart. Oh yeah, Cameron overtook Chubbs. I'm sorry. I actually missed that. Oh, delayed the braking and Cameron did not doubt on it. And actually got a bad exit, because he got onto that green section that has, as we saw from Adam, has no grip. Let's see if he can counter-attack though. I mean, we know that it's gonna end badly, but well, let's wait and see. Wait and see. Ah, he goes deep now. That's gonna actually compromise his exit. That's not. Whoa! Ooh, that was a close one. Not gonna lie. And now, let's see what happened to him here. Let's see what happened to it. Did he just broke too late? Oh, he just broke too late. Oh, he actually needed to take avoiding action. Nicely done from Chubbs. As now the moose actually is on Chubbs' ass. And actually does not doubt on it. He may know that Chubbs may have dirty tires now. But he's actually been real aggressive. Chubbs did not like that tap, as Will quietly makes the move. Let's see Will Staderino's point of view. This is the average 2007 Formula 1 season. Alonso and Hamilton killing each other while Raikkonen just appears. And yeah, championship mine, bitches. And the moose also overtakes Chubbs. But I think Will now is on the disadvantage situation, as Chubbs actually gets a penalty. Probably went off. I think he went off track on that other section. As Honor, I'm not sure he actually wanted to boost Will, but Will doesn't. I don't think he trusts him, because now there's a triple slipstream train with all three GT500 cars. As we see everybody trying to look for a way. I cannot even commentate this, man. There are cars everywhere. Oh shit! The shotgun as Luke gets a boost, a big one by the way. And Super goes for Chubbs, makes the move stick. The 515 gang going at it. Not sure your team orders are gonna be played here, because Will is on the worst tire. So I'm not sure if Super is actually gonna allow Will to go forwards. As Chubbs does not give a shit and sends it from 50 cars behind, but actually works. That's gonna be a first. And also, the Team Spirit, the other Team Spirit driver, Adam the Handsome, is here, but also is the Longus. Oh my god, they're just everywhere, man. They're just everywhere. What the fuck is happening here? To be fair, this is being a good send-off to the Polyphony Trophy season, the debut season with the GT500s, and also the good old GT1s. As Aston Lewis again gets another penalty. His tire management does not seem as bad as some previous races. No, what? What kind of poltergeist has... He's a wraith, boys, he's a wraith! A wraith his Chubbs! And Adam just gets destroyed, I guess! That was so weird. I would love to see Adam's point of view to actually know what the fuck happened on his POV, because it was so It was so unnatural before. But this allows Will and also Super to get away from this. So this carnage is what Will and Super needed as we gain the place on the Chungus Slayer. Lap 7 and Witch and Lux will be cruising for another win. 131.2 and is still going purple without a slipstream or anything. As Battery does a 131.5. He did it before though. So he's not gonna be able to get Witchell, but he definitely has some moves. Cameron Hill again with a 131.5 also. Damn, this top 3 has some moves to be honest. The race has gone pretty quiet as the Team Spirit boys kinda proved me wrong. As they go for Aston Lewis. Easy overtake. Aston does not even try to go for chops. He knows that Adam is coming, so it's just gonna be a block. It actually does. And Team Spirit once again proving their awesome teamwork. Adam and Chops working together. I think they changed formation though. Oh, they're actually fighting. Oh, it's definitely gonna be enough to get us. They're doing 131s, man. So it's just a question of time that they get to us. See once again Will's lap time at the end. Oh, Cameron Hill caught up to Butterpig. What happened to Butterpig? Or it's just Cameron being goated because I saw purple sector too. Oh, he's done a 134 on lap 7. Let's see that. Got a pen or something. Oh no, he's just waiting! He's just waiting! He wants bullshittery! Yes, Butterpig, that's the spirit! He wants bullshittery! He knows he had the second place on the bag, so he actually wants to work for it. Oh my lord. Yes! That's what we like to see. Let's jump a bit forward on time as we see that despite the penalty, Cameron Hill is still really close to Butterpig. I don't know if Butterpig is struggling or he's actually struggling. Because at least at the beginning, it felt like he was definitely the quicker guy. Let's see if that NSX can save him. Because now the Lexus is pulling, but now the NSX should be able to slowly begin making the Lexus stop pulling. As now the NSX is actually the car that's pulling. Yeah, we go. Butterpig actually. Cameron Hill got a bit ahead, but not much. Even though for a moment it looked like an easy overtake, the NSX proving us that he's the best car at cutting wind. Butterpig fending off Cameron, nice fight. They're going at it, they're still going at it. Side by side. Cameron Gilles trying to get the better exit, but Butterpig sees it coming, covers the inside. They're still going at it, nice exit from Butterpig. Cameron Hill using the Jay Witchell strat, heavy using that exit. And as I say, if the game allows it, fucking do it. As now Cameron Hill fakes to not make attack, but in the end he actually does. Butterpig leaves him enough space. Now he actually blocks a bit. Cameron still exit. It's not enough to get a better upper hand. Oh, maybe I'm wrong though, but he thought it in a moment, Cameron, but then actually backed out of it. Oh, Lexus moment for Cameron Hill. If he does nice in his final section, he can still get Butterpig, but oh god, that Lexus is actually beginning to be tricky for him. Don't do second full throttle. Don't do second full throttle. Oh lord, you risky bastard. Let's go once again forwards in time as we see, well, technically backwards, as we see the Chungus Slayer struggling a bit with the Lexus. Oh lord, definitely not a bit, actually a lot on that Lexus. Let's see what the Chungus Slayer can do. He cannot get over past us though. So we definitely got trapped on a cycle. But now the Team Spirit gun has arrived, so maybe they actually help Luke. Or maybe not. But oh god! Luke clearly gives us his opinion on not helping him. As Adam also gives his opinion on that tap. Actually, Luke I think broke too late. And allows Chaps to get in the mix. But now we definitely had a problem because Adam is doing 131s. We cannot do 131s, we did 132.9s. Trust me, I'm trying my best, man, but this is what I have. I obviously want to win this, but Jesus, I just cannot. Let's see, Adam the Handsome. Even though we have a kind of a gap, and maybe his subs are so worn that we may be able to do something here. Despite everything, our softs are actually better. We actually have better tire management than someone. I don't think it's the longest, honestly, because less downforce, the more that you have to scrap the tire to actually make the car turn. As Chaps actually goes for the move on the Chungus Slayer. To be fair, Luke went deep. Oh, oh Lord. Oh God, what the fuck? Oh, this is average Jake Whistle versus Will Starr's moment, to be honest. But now, this has allowed us to get away, but I'm not sure that's a good thing. Because that means that I'm the only car that can hold off Adam. And I don't think that's not gonna be for long. A Nissan and a McLaren going on a straight on a Fuji? I've seen this before. Oh, I've seen this before. As now I actually weave one side to the other, trying to break the slip. I need as much straight line advantage as I can, because I just know that I'm not gonna be able to fend off Adam, so I need to try to do something else. As the Chungus Slayer. Oh no, I thought he would cut the place back on Chaos, but didn't. As Luke, I don't know what the fuck he did there, honestly. I think he's just bullshitting at this point. What? What are you doing? Oh, I remember on the post-race, I remember that he said something like, I thought that Chaps was gonna go into me, so that's why I actually did the brakes. Let's check for an actual kind of a fight. You'll see on Go to Racing 3 that Adam and I have history on this track. And for poetic justice, he's still on a Nissan and I'm still on a McLaren. So even though the game catalogs this car as a BMW, but it was because of licensing issues on GT4 because they didn't have the license for McLaren. But the car was powered by BMW and sponsored by BMW, so they just said that it was a BMW and called it a day. Anyways, Adam Hans used his superior brakes to actually get the move on us. You actually have better tires than Adam. I said this before, but it's actually impressive. But my confidence is just gone. As you can see, I'm really playing with second gear, not even full throttling on first. I think the longest has given me a couple of code browns, so I don't trust it. Yeah, I'm being really careful with the throttle. This thing can snap on you at any moment. To be honest, I honestly think this is harder than the Lexus to drive because he's chunky. He's more, well, it's more 90s, because it's a 90s car, but yeah, we have this straight. Let's see the longest once again. Adam knows this, but there's just no point, man. The only thing you can kind of do, even though it's dirty, is actually moving at the final moment. As we actually hit the grass, and this is actually going to be key because it's going to ruin our braking. Again, the hands-up does not doubt, because we lost more time on at the moment that we need to gain the most. We once again try, but Adam actually sends it around the outside. And I know aesthetically it doesn't look like much, but trust me, that was a do or die for Adam. He knows if he wants to win this fight, he has to get ahead whatever the cost. Oh Lord. Oh, he's so gonna. Oh, average Max Verstappen move. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, Aston Lewis tires issues have not been solved. He got better, but not much. Oh Lord. What are you bosses doing? Just go. And oh Lord. Of course, he now has dirty tires. Chops actually shows Luke how this is done. Let's see this, because I said that Cameron Hill was not going to be able to get battle big, but apparently I was wrong. He's actually going for lap 12 out of 13. Who's gonna get this second step on the podium? Is it gonna be Cameron Hill or Butterbig? Can we get a British one too? Or is a Dutch driver actually gonna stop a British from getting a 1-2 British? Let's see. Let's see this as Cameron Hill is all over Butterbig as he actually sends it, but I think that was too much. As Cameron Hill actually backs out of it and lets Butterbig by. Nice fair play from him. There they go. Oh, maybe too much. Doing too much. Luckily saves it enough to do not get a penalty. Nicely done from Cameron Hill as he now has the upper hand once again on the slip. But let's see if that Honda is fast enough. Oh, I think Cameron Hill is actually too close now. I don't think the Honda is gonna be able to hold, even though it looks like it. Oh my god, it's actually gonna hold. What the fuck is that car's top speed? I know the Lexus has busted braking, but it honestly needs it. Because holy shit, that Honda is a missile on straight. As a little tap from Cameron to Butterbeak, lays off just to let him, well, not pass him and actually make an unfair move. Because I didn't like how that was. Butterbeak is actually driving a bit for his life, to be honest. Probably he's throwing a bit, but I don't think much though, because Cameron Hill, they both seems to be doing good moves and stuff. As Cameron Hill goes a bit on the grass, and oh lord, Butterbeak sees it coming. But that maybe can compromise Butterbeak's exit a bit, as it actually does, because Cameron Hill now has the better exit. There they go, 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 there they go. Cameron Hill does not do a dummy move or anything, but the Butterbeak actually goes to the back. Cameron Hill does almost succeeds a wonderful move. That could have actually worked, Cameron. Nice effort. As the Moose is actually getting advantage for this, but I don't think he's gonna have the enough time to actually get close and overtake. He's gonna get close, but I don't think close enough to actually pull the move. It's between Butterbeak and Cameron. We're gonna see a final stand and a photo finish. Are we gonna see a final stand and a photo finish? Butterbeak has the better car on straight. Butterbeak has the better. Butterbeak has the better. I think it's gonna be for Butterbeak. I think it's gonna be for Butterbeak. Oh my god, this is nostalgia right now. I'm having a deja vu moment. As Butterbeak actually takes the second place with Cameron Hill in third. Honor fourth. The Super Driver fifth. Will Star sixth. Adam the Handsome fences off and actually ends the curse with a deserved P7 with us in 8th. Aston Lewis on P9. To be fair, those tires are non-existent. There we go. As Luke Larky and Captain Chops are bullshitting on it. As you can expect. And I'm gonna get 4 chops for FBR. And I'll do this, man. As I saw you bullshitting. Oh lord. Oh yeah, I forgot Jake Whitson wins the race, but nobody gives a shit. So anyways. That was a good one, not gonna lie. Even though we had skull moments, I think the best race was race 2. But I think that was a good way of ending the season though. Oh yes. Well, my job here is done. And well, I'll see you with the standings. I'll post the video once that Will actually posts the standings, because we need to see how they ended. Even though I can say that Whitson should be the champion, to the surprise of nobody. But maybe he's gonna go on a GT1 next season, or maybe not. I'm not sure. I don't trust him at all. Even though I said already he made a delivery, but I don't trust him at all. Anyways, I should be putting you with the standings right now. So let's see them, boys. On next place, Cameron Helium, also getting rid of those well, no, he's actually on double mediums, my bad. On next place, fuck, it's Butterbeak. I was gonna say Ducky. On second place, the fucking Longus. Just got this shit.